So this is the weekend of 25th of July, and this video is about the stocks which are looking weak. And अगर निफ्टी या in general अगर मार्केट की सेंटिमेंट अगर थोड़ी सी अगर बिगड़ी, so maybe these stocks would be a very good candidate for a short trade, or they will also be a very good candidate जहाँ पे निफ्टी में जितनी weakness आएगी इन stocks में और भी उतनी weaknesses आएंगी. So this is a safe bet. On the top of that, these are also very good reversal candidates, and we will see that some charts in the first part of this video we will look in some of the potential reversal candidates, and in this second part of this video we will be more concentrating on the short side. So let's start. So the first of the few companies जहाँ पे मैं reversal की signs देख रहा हूँ, this is the City Union Bank. So you can see that after a big red candle, City Union Bank since last two sessions have been trying to move, and the most interesting point is the levels of 160 in the City Union Bank. हमने City Union Bank में बहुत पहले एक ट्रेड लिया था, और हमने ये भी देखा था कि how it was able to go past 175, और हमने वो तब ट्रेंड लिया था, and since that day it has been in a downtrend. Going forward, we have to have a very good, we have to track how this 155 levels are actually broken, or then we may take a good trade in the direction of the market. Right. The next is also a Canara Bank. So here Canara Bank may be ek bahut since the mid of this month. You can see there has been a lot of selling, and it broke the range it was in, so 150, and now it's going towards 140. But till now Canara Bank has been able to hold its ground, and so maybe this is also something which might be a very good trade. M&M also, you can see that is the same structure, has been falling, but still it's trying to maintain 760. No matter what, 800 is a very strong resistance for M&M, and we have to see of how M&M works from it, and so maybe this will also turn out to be a good trade. HDFCAMC, unfortunately this is a very bearish pattern which is appearing, so I would suggest that HDFCAMC is definitely going to break the 2860 levels, 2850 levels. Alright, and this is a very typical bearish pattern, and right now the market is trying to hold this level, but I think going forward this might come out to be a very good trade in the short side. And the advantage is these move came after the result, so we would be in with the market. So and also KOTAKBANK is also going to post its result, and it gave a good move on last Friday, but going forward of course ये result कैसे देती है इसके ऊपर depend करेगा, लेकिन definitely it has 1750 as a strong resistance. Multiple times within this expiry it has tried to breach it, लेकिन it has failed, and similarly 1700 is also a very good support. So अगर 1700 के नीचे अगर ये जाके with volume अगर ट्रेड करती है, especially after the result आने वाली है 26 तारीख को, so maybe on 27th onwards we would be monitoring it. The next company which is weak is HDFC Life, और HDFC Life में मैंने बोला था कि until and unless 700 के ऊपर closing ना आए, don't try to enter, and these are very good companies if you want to add it in your portfolio for short to medium term. Well, definitely not for long term, because there has to be some more correction in HDFC Life, but going forward you can see that this has since last two sessions there were big red candles in which the important levels of 680 were breached. On the next day it went for 680, and then a strong reversal happened, and right now it's trying to get a hold on 660 levels. So basically this would be a very interesting level to see if it is able to hold, or if not, then it will be again turn out to be a very good short trade. Britannia is going to post this result in the next week, so you can see that this was always a reversal candidate for me, especially on these front. So I was actually waiting for closing above 3500, and this never happened. So we discussed it over here, but it was never able to cross 3500, and now you can see it's very near to 3400. So this will also turn out to be a good trade, and I think and I expect a move similar to Hindustan Unilever, where just before the result it will shoot up towards 3500, and so we would be tracking this more for a reversal or more for buying in dips. L&T हाउसिंग L&T फाइनेंस हाउसिंग इज़ वन ऑफ द कंपनीज जिसमें मैंने एक्सप्लिसिट एक वीडियो बनाया था जो आपको मेरे चैनल में मिल जाएगी. वहाँ पे हमने इसके कुछ लेवल्स बोले थे, वो ब्रेक हुई, हमने शॉर्ट ट्रेड लिया और ये अभी बहुत अच्छी एक the advantage of shorting these companies is the way I short it is I don't play future, I play options. So even if since last two sessions इसमें कुछ move आई नहीं है, but still because of the time decay, so the options, the call which I have sold is actually is generating money for me. So going forward, I think a level of 87 is very good. Is very good of a short candidate, and definitely I see more weakness because, or maybe it can very well go towards 90 and then face another resistance, and then it will continue as a downward movement. AMARAJABAT battery is also going to post its result, and here you can see that this has been weak since a long, and now it is trying to reverse, but the candles are getting smaller, and this is a very good candidate for a short trade because I see that the levels of 720 would be breached, and eventually it will go towards 700. Coromandel is also one of the weak counters जहाँ पे हमने 900 levels पे हमने short किया था on this day, and then theoretically it was it's between 900 and 850. This is also true for APL Limited. 950 जा नहीं पा रही है because you can see this upper wicks and selling coming at whenever it tries to go above. TVSMOTOR is also trying to get a support around about 580 regions, or we have to see if it is able to close above 600, then we would be interested in TVSMOTOR. And the same thing you can see in other companies just like Hero Moto also. It formed doji, and then theoretically it's making a higher high, higher low. So Hero Moto may be a very good reversal candidate which we would like to trade. And Titan also faced a resistance from upper levels, and this is also true for M&M Finance. Is definitely this is a very good sign because you see it had a downfall, and then there was a small candle which said that the market was trying to predict trying to go for the next move. And this candle was interesting in the sense that you can see an upper wick, and this actually suggests that the market is more interested in the sell side rather than in the long side. So we will see how this how we can trade M&M Finance, and this is actually one of the very weak counters where all the other finance companies are actually moving and making new 52-week highs or all-time highs, and these counters are really one of the counters where I definitely won't go long for sure. Pfizer is also something of a very trying to give a reversal, making high low. Let's see how this turns out. So Hero Moto is also one of them. Petronet is something which is very much fluctuating with the this 225 is a huge resistance, and it's stuck between 220 and 225, so there's nothing much we can discuss. TCS is one of the big counters. हमने बोला था कि 3200 levels would be a very good support, and this has been the case. But on the last session हमने यहाँ पे trade initiate किया था. It went towards 3240, and then it actually faced some resistance, and right now we have to see if it is able to maintain the levels of 3200. Maruti is also making a higher low, and we have to see if Maruti is able to breach or take a support from 7250 levels. One of the things you can understand, we are discussing companies like here we have BAJAJ-AUTO, here we have Maruti, और हमने just Hero Motor discuss किया था, यहाँ पे Eicher Motor है. So all the auto sector companies, they are all in down, right? And यही मैंने tweet भी किया था कि auto sector is one of the sectors जहाँ से आपको अगर पोजिशनल ट्रेड लेनी है, अगर लॉन्ग ट्रेड लेनी है, अगर स्विंग ट्रेड, मोमेंटम ट्रेड लेनी है, सो दिस इज़ डेफिनेटली नॉट अ काउंटर, नॉट अ सेक्टर दैट यू शुड बी इंटरेस्टेड इन. और दिस इज़ गोइंग टू बी ट्रू, क्योंकि ये देखिए, ये जब भी कंपनीज जब भी कोई इंट्राडे मूव देती है, दे ऑलवेज गेट अ सेल ऑफ, राइट. यहाँ पे देखो, सो इट स्टार्टेड ऑफ एंड देन इट गेव अ वेरी गुड मूव towards 7400, and then a sell off came. At the end of the day, it was where it started from. एंड हमने मारुति को एक रिवर्सल कैंडिडेट के हिसाब से भी हमने स्टडी किया था, एंड दिस इज़ ट्रू. बट गोइंग फॉरवर्ड यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट डूइंग एन एनालिसिस आफ्टर मार्केट आवर्स and doing and then positioning yourself as and when the market works is two different things. तो हम लोग वीकेंड में और या आफ्टर मार्केट आवर्स हम लोग सिर्फ नेक्स्ट स्ट्रेटजी प्लान कर सकते हैं. And this can very well be that tomorrow all the auto companies they will start to move, right? और अगर यहाँ से move की, so I would suggest that you stay with counters like say Maruti instead of say आयशा मोटर, क्योंकि आयशा मोटर में आप देख सकते हो ये हम लोग आयशा मोटर का भी एक शॉर्ट ट्रेड इनिशिएट किए थे 2690 लेवल्स पे, जो मैंने यहाँ पे क्लोज कर दिया था. एंड because I was expecting 2600 will give us a support to HICICIGI, लेकिन हम देख सकते हैं ये 2600 भी तोड़ के ये नियर अबाउट 2500 में गया है. So I will suggest that try to see from a particular sector perspective. So there are a lot of headwinds for auto sector right now, but these are also very good reversal candidates क्योंकि ये लोग बहुत अच्छे करेक्ट होके बैठे हैं. स्पेशली बजाज ऑटो पोस्टेड इट रिजल्ट्स, और ये रिजल्ट दिन की मूव थी जिसको हमने ट्रेड किया था. मैं बोला था मेरे जितने भी पोजीशंस मैंने यहाँ पे बनाए थे थ्रू आउट दिस, दे ऑल आई स्क्वायर अप एट 3990, जिसके बारे में मैं ट्वीट भी किया था, और वहाँ से ये वेंट टुवर्ड्स 3800 ऑन द सेम इंट्राडे. So now it's trying to reverse, and it seems like Bajaj Auto is definitely one of a very good reversal candidates, क्योंकि इसका जो इतने दिन से जो डाउनटर्न था, this is ultimately going for a reversal. So of course अगर मैं इसमें देखता हूँ from a chart perspective, you can see that Hero Motor since 2nd of July you can see that there has been only 1 and 2, दो सिर्फ ग्रीन कैंडल्स हुए हैं और बाकी सब रेड कैंडल्स, राइट. एंड दिस इज़ ऑल्सो ट्रू फॉर से आयशा मोटर. आयशा मोटर में इतने दिनों में सिर्फ एक और दो कैंडल, इसको अगर हम डोजी बोल के छोड़ भी दें नियर अबाउट जीरो, लेकिन ये दो कैंडल्स बनी थी सिर्फ. एंड देन यू कैन सी दैट दीज आर रिवर्सिंग, सो एज अ रिजल्ट ऑफ विच यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड दैट दीज आर वेरी शॉर्ट टर्म इंट्राडे प्लेज जहाँ पे आप प्ले कर सकते हो. जैसे ही आपको दिखे कि प्रॉफिट बुकिंग आ रही है ऊपर रीजन से, जस्ट ट्राई टू take the other way and try to have short positions, and then this way you will earn in both ways, right? अच्छा, बजाज HDFC बैंक is definitely a weak candidate, और ये जो बैंक निफ्टी में जो भी weakness है ये इसके लिए ही आ रही है. So after result you can see the damage that has been done in HDFC Bank, and right now is trying to go towards more lower levels, and hopefully if it's not able to, अगर ये इसको अपने आप को संभाल नहीं पाई 1450 levels से, so theoretically there can be more weakness. ESCORTS is also one of the companies जिसमें मेरे बहुत high hopes थे और अभी भी हैं, and we have to see of how it's able, क्योंकि ये 1200 लेवल पे ही पूरा ट्रेड की, and now you can see there's a breakdown and it's making lower lows and low highs, which is not a good sign. So we have to see अगर वो 1100 levels को अगर hold कर पाई तो. In general the whole of the auto sector is weak, and so you should have more of a sell on rise rather than buy in dips sort of approach. So what is the difference between these two approaches? In a very simple term, जब भी ये काउंटर्स मूव करती हैं बहुत अच्छा एक इंट्राडे मूव देती हैं, से फॉर एग्जांपल लाइक दिस, राइट. So instead of thinking of buying whenever a weakness come, you should be more thinking कि अगर ये गैप अप से खुली और अगर फर्स्ट 1 घंटा 1.5 घंटा 2 घंटे में अगर ऊपर गई, और फिर हम लोग उसको शॉर्ट करने की सोचेंगे. And definitely these is how you sell on rise, or this is what I meant. Bank of Baroda, so you can see that the PSU banks, just like हम लोग Canara Bank भी देखे और Bank of Baroda भी अभी आ रही है. These are all weak counters. You can see that throughout the series it has been on a downtrend, and they are also nowhere near as a 52-week high or all-time high. Sorry, but State Bank of India is one of the PSU banks जो अभी very near all-time high है. So that's the difference कि अगर आपको PSU बैंक में रहना है, मैं हमेशा स्टेट बैंक में ही रहता हूँ, और मैं किसी का भी नहीं किसी भी बैंक्स को जनरली मैं अपना लॉन्ग पोजीशंस नहीं रखता हूँ. This is a typical example. Even you can see RBL Bank is making smaller moves. So depending upon, it has been on a downtrend, and it seems like the downtrend is still to continue. PNB is also one of the banks. Here the downtrend is also seems like it will continue more. So these are few of the banks which I am seeing which is weak. HDFC Hindustan Unilever actually posted a result, and ye post result move thi, and now you can see that positions are getting added in the short side. So this Hindustan Unilever is actually a very good candidate for sell on rise. 2400 में आके अगर इसको फिर रेजिस्टेंस आई, so that would be a very good level. So generally मैं क्या करता हूँ कि you can see that 2500 has acted like a resistance. So basically I will go ahead and sell the 2500 call. But these are some strategies which you already should be knowing, or you do also know, and you trade like that. कैडिला हेल्थ केयर, और हम लोग एक और कंपनी देखेंगे नीचे, शायद ग्लेनमार्क भी आएगी. PVR, ओके, आई डोंट नो ग्लेनमार्क क्यों नहीं आई. ओके, बाद में हम लोग देखते हैं. सो LIC हाउसिंग फाइनेंस इज ऑल्सो ऑन अ डाउन ट्रेंड. यू कैन सी दैट ये 470 के ऊपर गई, और देन 4 सेशंस में लगभग ये नीचे आके अभी एक बहुत ही टाइट नैरो कंसोलिडेट कर रही है. बट गोइंग फॉरवर्ड आई कैन सी दैट LIC हाउसिंग फाइनेंस हैज़ मोर वीकनेस टू फॉलो, क्योंकि यहाँ पे आप देखो ये रेड आई और फिर नेक्स्ट इट वेंट एंड ट्राई टू verify the 460. It faced resistance. Next day it opened and went for 460, and then it actually gave a red closing. So I would say that try to look into how it behaves at our 455 levels, and going forward maybe there will be more weakness in LIC housing finance. IOC is the structure is very similar to Petronet. Cadila Healthcare, this has been facing some resistance, and you can see that right now it's making lower high, lower low, and so it's something of a very weak counter. But definitely in this segment we will see that Hindustan Unilever is a very good short candidate, and अगर इसमें कोई अगर स्ट्रेंथ आई भी, एंड इफ इट इज़ अनेबल टू सस्टेन 2400, देन देयर विल बी मोर वीकनेस इन द कमिंग वीक्स, राइट. और कॉन्कोर भी हम लोग देखते हैं कि 700 was acting like a very good resistance. It was trying to give a high, and this is a typical breakdown pattern, and I think CONCOR is definitely one of a very good trades for short side, where you can easily sell 700 call, and definitely you should hedge yourself accordingly depending upon your risk and the things. And I think a level of 650 will be breached soon in CONCOR. So CONCOR is definitely one of the very good short candidates. And now let's look at BHEL. BHEL is also, we traded these candles, and then we also traded some of these candles, and then I left BHEL, and now you can see that BHEL has actually facing a resistance at 65 levels. And going forward we have to see how this move happens, and it seems like BHEL is also a particular counter जहाँ पे हम लोग बहुत सारे वीकनेस शायद in the very near term देख सकते हैं. GAIL is also one of the counters which has more weakness coming in, and I think GAIL will be a very good short trade together like Hindustan Unilever, जहाँ पे positions are getting added, and it's getting in trend, as GAIL has been facing a resistance around about 155, and then it came and faced resistance about 150, right? And so this is exactly a sort of a sell on rise candle for me, ठीक है ना, क्योंकि यहाँ पे आई ये रिवर्स की गैप अप ओपनिंग हुई, फिर ऊपर गई, तो ऊपर जाने दो, right? And then when you see that the levels of 150 are broken, then you should try to take a short side. And if you have done it, and the way you can do it very safely is sell 155 call over here, क्योंकि यहाँ पे आप देख रहे हो कि पिछले सेशंस में ये बहुत अच्छी एक रेजिस्टेंस हो रही थी, और इसके लिए ये ब्रेक डाउन आई. सो एज अ रिजल्ट ऑफ विच 155 कॉल इज़ a very good option that you can sell, or you should also hedge yourself, और अगर कुछ भी नहीं हुआ तो आप 160 का कॉल easily बेच सकते हो, and that would be a much more safer. So this is how you can at least make your positions. But GAIL is definitely one of the candidates, and so is GMR Infra is also. You can see it has been in a downtrend since 30, and now it's below 30 closing, and now it's not even able to go towards 30. So 30 will act like a very strong resistance for the short term. Another weak counter which I see is PVR. This PVR had a great run to above 1440, and it also was maybe the all-time high over here, and then eventually it has been shifting on the downward side, and maybe with the new variant and the new news which are coming in, so maybe this will also turn out to be a great trade. और ICICIGI is also one of the counters जो ये move आई थी after pre-result, and then you can see this is how it moved after result 4-5% down. हमने इस move को हमने trade किया था because this was a very good reversal candidate जिसको हमने पहले market watch में discuss किए थे, तो I entered the trade and definitely since it was a result before result, so I never carry the trade, and this is exactly what happened. After result it opened with a gap down, and then eventually there was a selling. It seems like going forward ICICIGI would have a more weakness coming in, and definitely if on the shorter term, and definitely it is also one of the candidates जहाँ पे if 1500 levels are not held, then maybe some more weakness is definitely going to come. And definitely we will be tracking these trades as and when the market opens, and as and when the particular structures they get जैसे ये पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रक्चर्स होती हैं. और टाटा मोटर्स भी एक अच्छी शॉर्ट कैंडिडेट है. हियर यू कैन सी द लेवल्स ऑफ 300 ब्रीच्ड एंड इट क्लोज्ड बिलो 300. Going forward, I think 320 is a very good resistance. और यहाँ पे throughout multiple sessions it was never able to go above 320. और अगर आपको और भी कुछ चाहिए तो मे बी 310 315. सो दीज आर वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग रेजिस्टेंस जोन्स. यहाँ पे जब भी गई है ये सेलिंग्स आई हैं. हमने इस दिन के डाउनफॉल के बाद ये दिन ट्रेड किया था, और फिर शायद ये दिन एक दिन यहाँ पे किया था. But no matter what, it seems like there is more weakness going forward, and this is how the data has formed after Friday's closing. So today is 25th of July. So going forward, अभी हमको देखना है कि if it is able to move past 300, or in general 285 290 is a very good support for Tata Motors, but we have to see. So in general आप देख रहे हो कि हम जितने भी कंपनीज डिस्कस किए इनमें दो थीम मुझे बहुत ही जेनरिक लगा, और अगर आप चाहते हो तो मैं बोल सकता हूँ तीन थीम. एक है ऑटो में आप देखो एवरी कंपनी जिसका भी नाम लिए हैं दे आर फ्रॉम ऑल द बिग ऑटो कंपनीज. टाटा मोटर्स, आइशर, एस्कॉर्ट्स, बजाज ऑटो, हीरो मोटर. ठीक है, और TVS मोटर क्यों नहीं है ये एक है. अगर TVS मोटर आ जाती तो एकदम इट वुड हैव बीन ओके या TVS मोटर इज ऑल्सो देयर. सी आई मिस्ड इट समहाउ. सो इसका भी आप देख रहे हो कि इट वाज अनेबल टू होल्ड द 600 लेवल. सो ऑल द ऑटो कंपनीज आर देयर विच आर ऑल ट्रेंडिंग टुवर्ड्स डे लो, and maybe going forward this will have some sort of buying interest, and then we would be interested in the auto sector. The second thing is PSU banks. So we see Punjab National Bank and Bank of Baroda, Canara Bank, ये सब जो हैं, और कुछ financial companies like L&T Financial Holdings, LIC Housing. So in general also we saw that names like KOTAKBANK and City Union Bank, say for example, right? So ये भी एक generic theme है, and the only company which was of quite a shock to me is from a data perspective is company like Cadila over here. एंड आई रियली हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड क्योंकि आज शायद एक सिप्ला का न्यूज़ आया है, एंड दिस वाज नॉट कैडिला न्यूज़ अबाउट सम रिकॉल. सो आई रियली डोंट नो व्हाई एक्चुअली दिस why Cadila Healthcare is actually showing such a weakness. Yeah, exactly, it was Cipla which had a recall today. बट नो मैटर वॉट, अगर आप ट्रेंडिंग स्टॉक्स में देखते हो जहाँ पे ये वीकनेस है, सो इट वुड बी डेफिनेटली गेल, ICICIGI, टाटा मोटर्स, हिंदुस्तान यूनिलीवर और पंजाब नेशनल बैंक. ये भी एक बहुत ही अच्छी वीक counter hai, whereas reversal we can see that the trend is getting weaker in Bajaj-AUTO. That doesn't mean that it will rise. It just means from a trend perspective, it's safer that if you have short positions, you book out and take out the profit. And similarly, we can see that the trend is also getting weaker in KOTAKBANK and HDFCAMC. So maybe this might very well be a very good candidate for reversal. So in general, you can play these companies as you see fit, and maybe going forward you will not get trapped in the wrong side of the trade. So hope this video about all the stocks which are looking weak and is going to help you. As we discussed, हम लोग जैसे पहले ये वीडियो की स्टार्टिंग में बोले थे, तो यहाँ पे मैं कुछ ऐसी कंपनीज के नाम ले आऊँ जो वीक हैं, और यहाँ पे हम लोग देखें कि एक पर्टिकुलर सेक्टर की बहुत से सब कंपनीज यहाँ पे हैं, and that actually means that the whole sector is underperforming. So these when such a situation happens, that when such a big sector like a bank when such a big sector like auto is underperforming the whole index and underperforming the market, then the chances of reversals they are quite high for the money to flow here. And we have been seeing that since the last few days these particular companies, they have been forming small candles. So it doesn't generally guarantee that they will reverse from tomorrow onwards. That's on 26th of July. But it's just something which you should have a look at least for the last week of July. Hope this video is going to help you in my analysis, and thanks a lot for listening. Bye bye.